What was Spain's sacred experiment in California? If you're curious about the history of California and the impact of Spanish colonization, you're about to uncover a significant and complex chapter in the state's past. Let's explore what Spain's sacred experiment in California was all about. In the 18th century, Spain decided to establish a series of missions along the California coast. This was not just a random endeavor. It was a well-planned strategy to convert the indigenous people of California to Christianity and integrate them into Spanish society. The missions were founded by Catholic priests of the Franciscan order, led by Junípero Serra. The first mission was established in San Diego in 1769, and over the next few decades, 20 more missions were built, stretching from San Diego to Sonoma. These missions were more than just places of worship. They were self-sustaining communities where Native Americans, known as neophytes, were forced to live and work. The missionaries aimed to teach the Native Americans European farming techniques, livestock management, and crafts, in addition to converting them to Catholicism. However, this experiment came with a heavy price. Indigenous people were forcibly taken from their villages and brought to the missions, where they were subjected to harsh conditions. They were forced to work long hours, often under the threat of physical punishment. European diseases, to which the Native Americans had no immunity, spread rapidly in the close quarters of the missions, leading to widespread illness and death. The treatment of Native Americans was often brutal. Those who tried to escape were beaten and put in shackles. Women who became pregnant as a result of rape were punished severely, and there were instances of forced inspections and public humiliation. Despite the missionaries' intentions to convert and assimilate the Native Americans, many resisted and rejected Christianity. The missions also failed to achieve economic self-sufficiency and relied on financial support from Spain, which eventually ceased during the Mexican War of Independence. By the 1830s, the Mexican government secularized the missions, freeing the Native Americans from their control. However, the legacy of these missions remains a contentious issue, with many viewing them as a form of cultural genocide that destroyed the traditional way of life of California's indigenous people. In summary, Spain's sacred experiment in California was an attempt to convert and assimilate Native Americans through the establishment of missions, but it was marked by violence, exploitation, and the devastating loss of indigenous culture and lives.